The nice thing about everything that's happening in this energy that we've got this year is we don't have to push. You don't have to go out and try to fix everything in your past. The stuff will come up as you need to deal with it when the body or the psyche is ready. So don't go looking for difficulties or things to fix about yourself. So just looks like, I think it's going to be you and me, but I want to go over what we went over the last few weeks. One of the things that has been so evident to me the last 2 years while we've been in COVID is everybody was focusing in on what was wrong with them and what was wrong with the world. And everybody was just focusing on the negative. So that's why I wanted to do these, to allow us to start envisioning the life that we want to create. And that means us getting out of that 3D energy. So when you have a problem, I'm going to say this thumb is a problem, and I want to fix it, I'm going to do as much as I can with as much energy as I can to get away from the problem. So we grow, we do cranial sacral work, we do body talk, we do Reiki, we do all these things. We get a certain distance away. Let's see if I can bring it back on the screen. But because we're focusing on fixing ourselves and a problem, we snap back to the problem. Whereas if we leave the problems alone, look at what's right about ourselves in the world we want to create, there's going to be some tension resistance because, yeah, there's some stuff we need to fix in our energy field. But over here, we don't snap back to the problem. We go from here forward, or in this case, the elastic over to the shoulder, which was a detour that I wasn't expecting. But that way, we're always focusing or resting our attention and our energy field on a life we want to create. Or what does it feel like to be in our true self and purpose? Or health and vitality for a lot of people, but they look at their health and vitality from this place of problem. Oh, I broke my leg, I need to fix my leg. Or, oh, I have a frozen shoulder. So we're always snapping back to this issue. I have cancer, that kind of thing. And it's like, no, we need to look at, okay, this is where I am at this moment. And I created this 6 to 12 months ago or further ago, like, ancestry ago. Everything that I have done up until now has created this issue, whether it's a slip and fall outside of your massage therapist's house or sliding down the stairs or whatever. It doesn't matter what the acupuncture treatment from the universe was. We don't focus on this being broken. We focus on, what does health and vitality look like for me? What does living a life I love look and feel like for me? And most of the time, it's the sensation of feeling expansive, of feeling happy, of feeling on purpose. It's not saying, well, I'm going to be in Cancun on the beach, with a Ferrari or anything like that. That's how our world sort of limits people from getting into that space. They make us focus on something solid, which really is not solid. It is just energy, vibrations, and molecules that look like something. But if we focus on the energy of creating a life we love, and what does that feel like? Well, I would feel safe, and I would feel like I had choice. And what else would it feel like? I would feel joyous and happy, and my body would be totally congruent. I would be free of any sensations of tightness or contraction. I would feel very liberated. So when we go into those, being able to express that in feeling without even the words, and hold that even for, a minute a day, or in the morning before you get out of bed, and then 30 seconds in the shower, and 20 seconds while you're having your coffee, and then while you're sitting at a red light later in the day. If you can keep going back to that energetic feeling, that's going to become your new normal. Staying out of problem and allowing ourselves to envision and feel the life that we want to create, what it would look like for us, what it would feel like to be happy, expansive, fluid, without pain, things like that. So, okay. All right. So the reminder from the last few weeks, as we were talking about, don't focus on what the problem is, because we have to keep the problem. Did she come in? It's supposed to let everybody in automatically.
Yeah, it let me in automatic.
Okay. Well, I'll just have my fingers and toes crossed. Everybody cross your fingers and your toes. This works today. All right. So,
and the replay is always good too. I enjoyed last week's replay.
Yeah, and the more often we watch the replay, the more energy it actually gets.
Oh,
so it just keep watching it over and over. You can watch it every single day. You cannot overdose. And what we're doing is working with the superconscious mind. So actually, I should draw a picture. Everybody talks about the mind having a split, that we have a conscious mind and we have an unconscious mind. Can you see that? So your unconscious mind runs the body. Okay, that's all your feelings, all the sensations, your heartbeat, everything else. The conscious mind is the thinking brain, but I want you to think of it as, some people call it the ego, but I want you to think of it as the self-conscious mind, because it stops us from doing things that are out of the ordinary or not normal or not done before. And around all of this is our quantum field, or what we call, okay, give me another pen and pencil. Can I lump pens into technology not working for me today? There we go. So all around this quantum field is what we call the superconscious mind. And the superconscious mind takes into account everything that your ancestors have done, that your extended family does, that your town does, that the country does, that the Ukraine does, that everything that's going on in that superconscious is also absolute perfection. So when we have an issue, broken legs, frozen shoulders, constant headaches, things like that, the energy in our cells is somehow out of balance. And usually it's because the unconscious that runs the body isn't being listened to by the conscious mind. So what we're going to try and do now is sort of go with the two of them as if they're parts of the equation. They all have their own little personality and quirks. And then we add into this mix trauma, okay, or shock, or car accidents, or anything like this, which creates new parts of our psyche, okay? So now we have a part over here and we have a part over here, and they take over in a crisis in order to help us through a situation. What often happens is they think they are the whole of you, all of you, WHOLE, and they forget that they can mesh and amalgamate with the rest of you. So when a part takes over in a crisis, whether it's to keep you safe or get you hidden, whatever the, what's the word I'm looking for here? The conclusion it draws that it needs to do for you. So it could be a protector part. It could be a savior part. It could be the martyr part that always has to take care of everybody else. It's like all these parts sort of take on archetypes almost, without getting too technical and too much in our head. I want you to just realize that they are energy frequencies that helped us to survive, and they do not help us or grow into thriving until we bring them all together again as one whole part, all of us, all of these neurons and everything working together. Everybody's muted. This is so weird.
It's interesting that you said that, because 2 craniosacral therapy sessions ago, at the end of the session, I saw this tree stump, and it was little splinters every which way. Like the whole stump, it was about this big. The whole stump had little splinters like this, and some were going this way. Some of them were side by side. Some of them were going this way. Some of them were going this way. They're going every which way. And I was thinking, what is that all about?
Ah, interesting. Okay, a little off topic.
Yeah. So then when I had the next session, I felt that they had taken that tree stump, and that's what they were trying to do, is integrate everything into one.
Yes, that's beautiful. And it's such a beautiful visual that you had that analogy and that vision for yourself as well. When I have a body on the table, it quite often comes up if I need to work on the thymus, which is their immune system. The thymus has been in shock and splintered. So I actually physically have to go through the body looking for where the shards are. Are they pointed up, down, front, back, diagonally? Because all of these things from here to here, your thymus could be anywhere, will impact other organs. And that just made me think, because you said you have a kidney stone. Can you muscle test for yourself right now? Is that a shard that needs to be removed. Interesting. So allow ourselves to connect with the earth. Now we talk about grounding and putting your feet flat on the floor and allowing yourself to go into the earth. I want you to think of grounding as your energy field connecting to all the Li lines on the planet. Just allow yourself to go to all the sacred sites that are on the planet in Machu Picchu and in Rome and everywhere, and just allow yourself energetically to start connecting with all of that. Really get expansive and big. Quite often, when I ask people to expand, we go right up into the universe, which is awesome. Go to the solar system, the cosmos, but allow yourself for right now to extend your grounding, not just from here to the center of the earth, but to connect with all the energetic life force veins throughout the entire planet and start drawing that energy up. Hey, Patty, I thought you weren't going to make it today. It's lovely to see you. All right, so everything that you've missed up until now, you will catch on the recording. Hand on heart, hand on belly, people. Remember, when we do this, it allows us to completely relax all the endorphins, release the cortisol in the body. It increases the dopamine, the serotonin, the melatonin, and just gives you all those feel-good hormones. It lowers your blood pressure. It allows you to start breathing deeply. All you have to do is engage the heart brain and the belly brain and drop out of the head brain. Now, the head brain isn't being disconnected. It's just tuning in to be better friends with the heart and the enteric brain. And when you inhale, I want you to exhale loudly. I think I've got everybody on mute, so we won't disturb anybody. Let the exhale go past your vocal cords and notice where the vibrations are in your body. Inhale, big and deep, all the way into the pelvis, all the way into your belly. And then exhale with a ah. And inhale. Ah, perfect. And again. Ah. And allow yourself to start resting your attention on the parts of the body that are vibrating and where the tension is just releasing and letting go. Any part of your head that goes into, oh, I feel so silly. Oh, I don't want the neighbors to hear me. Oh, I can't do that out loud. Thank it for sharing and agree with it. Say, you're right. I couldn't before, but I can now. This is just for you. Inhale. And if you have any physical injuries, frozen shoulder, I don't know, knee or hip replacements, sprained ankles, anything like that, see if you can allow that vibration of a breath to move through into those parts. You might have to touch your hand to it so that consciously you touch it, but allow yourself to just inhale and exhale. And the reason we do this is because your vagus nerve runs behind the ear, down the throat, across the pericardium, all the way down into all of the nerve supply in your belly. All right. So it's like the root system of the forests and the trees, the brain, everything. When you allow yourself to hum or chant or just vibrate your breath, it starts strumming the vagus nerve and letting go of the tension that's in there. It allows the atoms and the molecules to start reconfiguring itself to stop playing the song of pain, to stop playing the song of trauma, to allow yourself to vibrate to a different area. And this isn't a have to. You're not telling your body you have to do this. You're just patiently listening and humming and resting your attention wherever it goes. The other thing I want us to do, and I want you to learn to do this every day, we've done it the last 2 week sessions, is do your cortices. Cortices are so important for lowering, bringing down the stress threshold so that you can come to a place of equilibrium and balance. So for those of you unfamiliar with that, we're going to go through it. For everybody who knows this, has known it for years, but you still don't do it every day, a couple of times a day, let's do it together. So I like to just rub my hands together. I just open up all my chakras here. I like to play. It takes me out of my head. I feel the sensations in my hand, and I put one hand behind my head where the head rests on the neck. With the other hand, I gently tap on both hemispheres of the brain. And guess what? I inhale and I let it go. And again, I'm going to inhale with you. And we let it go. We're going to tap on the heart brain over here. We're just getting the whole pericardium, all the chakras and everything opened up here, your thymus, your thyroid, your lungs, all this part of your body is just waking up and going, oh, we got some work to do. And you're inhaling and exhaling. And again. And I'll stand up for this one. Move my chair back more. There we go. I'm going to tap on your belly. Like those Italian men who eat too much food. Just do it gently. It's not about forcing or hitting. It's just about letting your enteric brain wake up and say, oh, you want me to talk to the heart? Oh, sure, I can do that. You want me to, what? I have to have a conversation with the head? Good grief, the head never listens to me. We're just going to tap. You're going to move your hand to the next position, and we're building bridges from one side of the brain to the other. I don't care which hand is where. It's just going over the corpus callosum, all that nerve supply. You're adding your energy to it. If you've had Reiki or any kind of quantum touch or any of these healing modalities, you're also creating a solitone wave that they've seen on MRIs that's going to move through the body. So again, you're going to take a deep breath. And I don't want you to go, that's just tension. That's just forcing. Sigh, relax your jaw. Perfect. Across the heart and your pericardium. And if you start yawning, it's excellent. You know then that your central nervous system is now going into relaxation mode and waking up all of the fuses that have been blown. All right, tap on your belly. When you're ready, move your hand to the next position, and we're going to start at the top of the head again. It takes me longer to explain it than to do it. But just allow yourself to go through the process. Give yourself these 60 seconds. You're worth it. And with your yawns, you're allowed to make noise too. As energy moves, it burps, it farts, it yawns, it makes funny noises. When you're ready, move your hand over to the front towards the head and tap on your head again. Breathing in. Exhaling. Breathing in. When you're ready, tap on your heart. And if you're yawning with me, you can tap and yawn at the same time. It's called multitasking, but it works. And when you're ready, tap on your belly. Now, it's very important to bring your hand all the way down to your eyebrows here. This is the prefrontal cortex, where we do a lot of our stewing and thinking and worrying and fretting. That's where the hamster wheel gets initiated and started and sometimes can't stop. So just I should put everybody off mute and see if we're all making funny noises. There we go. And tapping on the belly. And I can almost hear somebody whispering in my ear, oh, I'm so tired. I'm going to have to go lie down. There's a difference between being tired and exhausted and being relaxed. Allow yourself to be relaxed. Hands on the side of the temples, over the ears, This is your limbic brain. This is where your memories are. This is where your peripheral vision is. Allow yourself to just hold here. Oh, and yawn with me if you feel like yawning, or just inhale and exhale. Eyes open or closed. Take one hand away. It doesn't matter which. Tap on the top of your head. Again, brain, we've got work to do. Tap on the heart. And tap on the belly. Follow your own rhythm. If you need to do a few more breaths on that side, that's fine. When you're ready, take your hand away and do the other side. And it's not tapping here or down the middle. You're pretty much tapping across the whole head at the same time. You want the left and right hemispheres of the brain to be in sync and work together. There we go, tapping on the heart, which is the brain, and tapping on the belly or your womb chakra so that we can open up our creative energies today. This is a brain as well. Put your hands back, comb your hair, look gorgeous again, and stretch. And if you have to, stand up and just allow your myofascial tissue to start releasing in the body. Whatever wants to unwind gets to unwind. When we move, energy moves. If you feel like it, do some cross crawls. Just get yourself moving back into your body so that we can be there 100%. Okay. Now, I think it's really important as well that we go through the vagus nerve exercise so that we can release the trauma. And then we're going to do denial procedure, because what was happening for some of the people on last week's call when they reached out to me was, yeah, we've got this part of us of where we are now. We're resting our attention on what we want to create and the life that we want to live. And then we had all this cataclysmic stuff happen in the news and in the world, and people felt very derailed. They didn't know how to get back into imagining, dreaming, feeling the life that they wanted to live. And there was such a separation between the two. It was like this was a part, because this is where we are now, and this was becoming a part of its own, and the two of them weren't meeting together, which caused, for some people, more pain, louder ringing in the ears, two frozen shoulders instead of just one, or a stiff neck that suddenly wouldn't release, because we were saying, well, here we are creating a life we want to live, but the rest of the world isn't matching up with us. So we start shrinking our energy field to get back in the comfort zone of being with everybody else. And remember, we've never been comfortable being with everybody else. So allow yourself to get back into the focus of where you would like to be, as healthy as you want to be, on purpose as you'd like to be, just feeling good, whether you're retired or building a new business or having grandkids or having new babies of your own, whatever is going on in your life, allow yourself to be in your little bubble there and expand that. And that way the people around us have to start expanding up to that level as well. And yes, you are that powerful. You really, really are. If you can shrink yourself to fit into shadow energy, you can expand yourself so that your light just shines over everything else and everybody else has to raise their vibration. All right, so the vagus nerve exercise is you're going to lace your fingers together. You're going to put them behind your head here, and you're going to cradle your scalp, whether you're sitting down or lying down, so that there is no tension on your back or your neck. You're not holding your arms up. They're just resting in alignment. So find that comfortable position. Center your pelvis into the seat or the chair or the couch so that you're comfortable. If there's any pain or tension at all, I want you to notice it and adjust your position somehow. Put, I don't know, pillows behind your head or under your knees, or put your feet up on the coffee table, whatever it is, or on the desk. Allow yourself to just get comfortable. There we go. For this exercise, we're going to open our eyes, because when we go into trauma, we actually block off those areas of trauma. Literally, we put up a mask so that we don't see past this wall because over here we think it's unsafe. I call it putting a shoebox on your head. You can only see this far and you don't see all the other possibilities that are open to you. All right. So energetically, you're going to have eyes open and you're going to look straight ahead. You're going to take 3 big, deep breaths. Inhale. Oh, there we go. My computer just said, "Are you playing music?" No, not exactly. Thank you. And inhale again. And again. Now, keeping your head and your chin facing forward, you're just going to roll your eyes over towards the right. You may or may not see your elbows. Okay, there is no forcing allowed here. You go as far as you can go without straining your eyes, your eyeballs, or the optic nerve. And again, you're going to inhale and exhale 3 times or 4 times. If you're doing this at home, you just hang in this position until you start yawning. And you bring your eyes back to center. And you just have 1 or 2 deep breaths. Now, this is so important for you to get off the hamster wheel of doing, and being constantly stressed out. You're going to roll your eyes now to the left. Again, if you can, you roll your eyes as far as you can see your elbow, or just go as far as it's comfortable. And every day that you do this, your eyes will be able to rotate further and further and further. When we get into the state of deep breathing, by the way, if your eyes are trying to close, mine are, I'm really struggling to keep them open. That means there is something there that's come to the surface that is trying to shut me down and send me back into my little shoebox. So I'm going to hang out here a little bit longer. Just to show my body that there's no dinosaur here. There's no evil murder lurking in the shadows by my elbow. And that I'm not in any danger, because right here, right now, I'm not in any danger. I'm personally getting a very sore, stabbing sensation over my left eye, between my eyebrow. So I'm just going to hang out here a little bit longer and see if I can let that contracted energy flow. There we go. I'm coming back to center. Everybody come back to center. And again, shake it out, roll your shoulders, allow any tension that came up anywhere. For me, it's in my right hip. That's odd. Who on the call has right hip sciatic pain? Thanks, Deborah, for sharing. All right, body, since it's not mine, could I let it go? Thank you. And will I? Thank you. And now, thank you. All right, so Deborah, you got some sciatic pain happening there. That's interesting. Did it get better or worse during the breathing exercise just now? You're still muted. Hold on. It's not unmuting for you?
Yeah.
There you go. So did the sensation in your hip get better or worse?
I usually do get sciatica. I've had sciatica. So like today I had sciatica, but then also with the kidney stone, right? But the kidney stone, like the pain started easing. So I think they're kind of in some way connected. Mm-hmm. But it's not bothering me now, but I do have sciatica issues.
You used to have sciatica issues. See if we can clean that up.
Yes, and I've been trying to get that done, and it's very difficult. When I went to this session, she said that those that have been born like as a forceps baby, that's how I was born. So I was literally pulled out. She said usually have neck issues, which is connected to down in your tailbone.
Your entire body is a hologram of all its different parts. So yeah, if forceps and things were used up here, usually the pelvic girdle is a little bit off, or the sacrum, things like that. But you know what I have found in my 25 years of working with energy work, if we focus on feeling fluid and easy and healthy and strong, all that other stuff can shift itself. We're not stuck with it forever.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
All right. So I'm just going to mute you there again. We've done cortices, which is important to de-stress your body, to get it in harmony. We've done the vagus nerve exercise to allow our body to release any trauma that it's taken on from our parents or ancestors, car accidents, surprises, shocks, or anything. Denial procedure. Okay, I'm going to ask us all to stand up for this one. There. All right, again, I like us to open up by rubbing our hands together. When we were kids, did you ever play and you held your hands and brought them closer and closer together, and you could feel a bubble of energy in between them, and sometimes it would push it out and sometimes it would contract, and it's always different. Allow yourself to just play with what energy feels like. I also used to play with stretching my auric field, because my auric field had been so collapsed, but my third eye was so wide open that it seemed to be, I guess incongruent is the way I want to say it, but it was like not comfortable. So I had to learn to stretch my auric field to go as big and as wide as my third eye was open. So this is just sort of your conscious mind. That self-conscious mind is going to say, what the F is she talking about? But the other parts of you are going to totally understand this. So to begin with denial procedure, it is a way of aligning all of your chakras and all of your meridians at the same time. And denial doesn't mean that you are on purpose ignoring something. But in our life, when things happen to us, we often stifle our own feelings to try to get approval from someone else, or to get into a situation of control, or to feel safe. So maybe I should call this adaptation pattern procedure, but it doesn't roll off the tongue very easily. So you're going to take these acupuncture needles here, and you're going to place them on your belly button. You're going to take your left hand and put it on the ridge of the ear. Just behind your ear is a bony ridge. Just feel that. We're aligning this area here, and you're going to inhale and exhale. More breathing. And the reason we do this is because when we're stressed out, we hold our breath. Allow yourself to bend your knees a little bit so you're not sort of tilted forward and not straining your back in any way. Patty, I don't know if you have to sit down for this one, but you can do it sitting or you can do it lying down. All right, you're going to switch hands. You're going to take your left hand, put those two fingers on your belly button, and put the other two hands on the ridge behind your ear. You're going to look forward again. And again, if your eyes are trying to close, your body, your conscious mind is trying to make you shrink back and go into the box. We're just going to show it that the box doesn't need to be there. It was an old safety mechanism, and we can take it off. And this is an exercise I'd like you to practice every day when you wake up and when you go to sleep at night. I had one client whose hot flashes went away because her body didn't have to process all of the different ways she had sort of contorted herself to fit in with her workplace and its belief systems. You're going to take your thumb and place it on your third eye, and you're going to open up your fingertips here to be across the head, kind of like a crown. You're going to have to look into your elbow this way. because your head can't twist. And just again, eyes open, allow yourself to breathe 3 or 4 big, beautiful breaths. And you may find that your spine starts to align itself in a new way as you release some of the tensions. Now, the real reason I'm doing this, not to get your self-conscious mind upset or afraid, is because those triggers that came up for people last week, I want us to be able to see beyond them and not get trapped in them. We're going to switch hands to the other side, thumb on the third eye, hands covering the crown, looking towards your elbow, eyes open, and breathe. And it's really hard for us to see our own blueprint. So with denial procedure, or this procedure of getting rid of adaptation patterns, we're sort of untangling the knots that we have got twisted up in. Allow yourself to feel the tension slide off your shoulders, down your waist, up through your feet, give it to the earth. And in the center of your head here, I want you to pull on an imaginary cord that goes up to your higher self. So we're just going to indicate that by putting these 2 acupuncture needles again to the center of our head, sort of riding where the ear goes up. There's a little bit behind where the fontanelle is, where the soft spot is on babies. And you're going to inhale and exhale. When you inhale, allow the chakras to align. And when you exhale, just let go of any shadow or tension that was stuck there. And I want you to just feel some gratitude. Thank you, universe. Thank you, higher power, God, source, my divine beloved, however you refer to the quantum field. Allow yourself to connect, eyes open, and connect with your higher self and your superconscious. And switch hands to the other side. And allow yourself to just feel grateful that we have the tools that our ancestors never had, and that we can help the vibration of the planet leave polarity into a life that will benefit everyone. And we're going to add in there that will allow us to thrive. All right. Roll your shoulders, get back into it. Find a comfortable place to sit. And if anybody needs it, run quickly or slowly. Have a bathroom break because we're going to be sitting for a bit, and get yourself a glass of water. There we go. All right. Hey, Mary, nice to see you. Well, I don't see you, but I see your name. Thank you for joining us. I see you're still at work, so thank you very much. I would like you to ask your body to upgrade, just do its cortices that fast, allow it to do denial procedure that fast, and allow it to do the vagus nerve procedure that fast. And you're all caught up. Wasn't that easy? No, her head's going twisted. What? All right. Quite often people will ask me to do an entity clearing. And most people think of entities as being demons, ghosts, angels, aliens, dead bodies, whatever. I want you to just think of entities as being an energy vibration that is different than you. That's all. We don't have to put any other scary names or anything onto it at all. We just allow ourselves to go into this place that, oh, there's an energy there. It's not bad. It's not good. It either vibrates at the same frequency we're at and we feel okay. it vibrates at a higher energy and we feel giddy and happy and really this is cool, or it vibrates at a lower frequency than ours and we're going, that's not so comfortable. I don't like that. I don't like what they just said. You don't have to agree with it or align with it. You just get to notice that, oh, that's their energy field. And how do I get back into balance with mine? Okay. I'm just going to open up with bodies, heads, countenances, endowments, endeavors, matrices, and categoricals. Everything that makes up our body and embodiment for us. All of the shoulds, the have-tos, the should-nots, the must-nots, the can-nots, and all the other bullshit rules that we have adopted in this lifetime that keep us small, hindered, handicapped, paralyzed, atrophied, entrophied, or actually physically destroy us. And everything that you're hiding from yourself, all of the powers you think you don't have or that you deny from yourself, and everything that you're hiding from everyone else, can we now uncreate and destroy them through all dimensions, all realities, the past, the present, and the future, the here and now, the there and then, the anywhere and everywhere. And so it is. So if you noticed more pain when we were doing this clearing, just breathe into it. Thank your body for speaking to you with the sensations it did, and we're not going to try and shift it. It's like talking to a hysterical crying child who's pulling a temper tantrum, and you're just going to get down and listen. Notice the sensations that are there. Because if we don't notice them, they will handicap us. Where's my elastic band there? And keep us stuck in problem. So we're going to notice what's there, and we're going to gently and lovingly bring it into a higher vibration so it can be more in alignment with the future we want to create for ourselves, whether that's better health, vibrancy, more money, better relationships, whatever it is that we would like to bring into our life. Because our soul is always growing. Our soul is always evolving. The soul wants to try everything, not just going skydiving and going to paint rallies and singing in choirs and playing guitar and, I don't know, getting my hair cut short or long or whatever. Your soul is always growing and blossoming and wanting more. If you're not growing, you're keeping yourself stuck in status quo, which can be really, really comfortable for a certain amount of time. But then sometimes what happens is we don't notice that we're uncomfortable staying where we were. And that often happens in relationships. We look at divorce and things like that. Somebody was growing, somebody wasn't, or somebody's dream wasn't fulfilled, and somebody said, I can't do that. I can't live your dreams anymore. And that's cool. Without putting a judgment on it, you're bad, you're wrong, you've failed me, you're not holding up my expectations. Stay at a polarity and just go, that's where they are. And I get to follow my dream. Hand on heart, hand on belly. I'm feeling some resistance there. We're just generating space. We're generating space for life to give us endless possibilities, which often feels like endless chaos. But chaos isn't bad. And we don't need to compartmentalize chaos and put it in little boxes and make it linear. It doesn't work that way. When you allow the universe to bring you a new spouse or a new job, there are endless possibilities that can come to you, and you always have choice to say, oh yeah, this one fits, and no, that one doesn't interest me. Oh yeah, that's okay. I had someone the other day comment on how her daughter was supposedly job hunting, but refusing all the jobs that were out there. And it was like, yes, but she doesn't want to be a receptionist, and she doesn't want to be a data processor. She has something else that her soul is leading her to that feels very congruent with the energy. If she were to take a job doing one of the others, it would probably stifle her or make her sick. Her daughter had allergies from the last place she worked. So it's like, just check out all the different places, all the possibilities that are out there, all the opportunities and all the distractions, and decide, this feels right. That's not comfortable. Oh, this feels good. Oh, that one I can leave behind. It's about choice. It's about letting yourself experiment and taste and feel and hear and smell and be in love with what this life can offer you. There are no right or wrong decisions. There are just decisions that we move forward from. And we can make new decisions. And we can go often the detours that we take or think that are distracting us from our goal are necessary for us to learn, to engage, so that we can grow into the energy that is required of us to be our future self. Almost feel like that was too much talking. Everybody breathe again. When I bring in the bodies, the heads, the countenances, I'm talking about your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your auric body, all the different energy bodies that we have given names to. And it's not necessary for you to know the names or to study them. Your head consciousness loves to know everything, but when it knows something, it doesn't necessarily use it. So I just want you to imagine that you are a body of light, that you have this celestial body, and just expand it. Let yourself get bigger like the sunshine. In fact, allow yourself right now to float up into outer space, go near the sun if you want to, or travel through the solar system, feeling what the different planets and everything feel like. And you don't have to look at what you learned in school, because they've taught us that wasn't right anyways, or it's changed since then. And while you're out there, letting your mind examine the cosmos and the solar system, just tune into what your body feels like right now. Everything from the neck down. And breathe. And notice everything from the neck up. And breathe. And now ask your body, what knowledge, what endowments did you come into this life with? And what does that question even mean for you? I'm just sort of trying to confuse the mind so it doesn't stay rigid onto some of its rules. It could be our DNA, it could be our hair color, it could be our color, it could be, I have a dimple in my chin that I inherited from my father, but I have my mother's nose. The figure, the height, the weight, whatever it is that you have, just allow your senses to appreciate that with your body. And now allow yourself to travel a little bit back on your timeline to when you came onto this planet in this lifetime. And notice everything that you believed you had to do to prove that you were worthy of existing. Everything that you strived and struggled to achieve or to maintain. Just allow your head or body, whatever it is that's feeling that energy, to let it scan by you. Just bring it up to an awareness. You don't have to see it. It's not a Hollywood movie. And everything that we are endeavoring to become or to have, let go of wanting it and just let it be there in your future. The wanting energy is a very low vibration. It tries to make things very dense. And that's what we feel when there's pain. We don't have to tell our leg how to heal a break or how to seal and mend a scar or an open wound. Our body just does that. Give it permission to do that without you knowing what it's doing. And now I'm going to ask you to bring into your awareness all the matrices or the illusion of the reality that we live in, or the things that we buy into. I don't mean physically purchase, but I mean allow ourselves to get rolled into a belief system. All those things that keep us in a specific vibrational range, I want those all to come up to the surface too. And just let yourself feel the energy. And if it gets a little intense, just ask it to soften its intensity a little bit. And now for the mind, all the ways that you categorize and compartmentalize and prove the rightness about a certain point of view. Could you just let that go? Just for now, just in this moment right here, let go of wanting to be right. Let go of trying to prove that your way is the only way, or that someone else's way has to be bought into. Just allow us all to have all these different points of view. None are right, none are wrong. They're just interesting. They're just interesting. And don't try to process anything. Don't try to assimilate it. That's trying to run all of that through the mind. Mind, you just get to watch right now. You get to have a holiday. You get to sit back and just let the heart and the enteric brain and all the cells do their own thing. Just notice what's showing up for you. You don't have to try and digest it. It doesn't need to be digested. It's just energy. We're just bringing all this stuff up into our energetic awareness so that it can start moving and flowing and being easy again. All of the implants, all the points of views that have been given to us, and all of the emotions that other people have directed onto us, like blame or shame, everything that is, allow that to come to the surface too. Everywhere that we thought we were a victim or we were a wrongness or we weren't doing it right, whatever doing it right meant, everything that is, could we uncreate and destroy it now? Right, wrong, good and bad, all nine, pop, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Allow your body to wiggle and jiggle if it needs to wiggle and jiggle. Just let the energy move. Allow yourself to yawn, to burp, fart, hiccup, laugh, cry, whatever it is you want to do. And let it be temporary. It doesn't need to hang on for a long, long time. Like I said, we're not processing. And all those parts of you that came up to rescue you in different situations, or all those parts of you that ran away and hid and tried to be safe, or all those parts of you that got big and angry and forceful trying to make change, but because you weren't connected to all the other parts, I ask you all to come to the surface right now. We're actually going to have some fun here because we're just shifting energy. Notice what you're noticing, feel what you feel. Allow whatever thoughts want to come up, but don't focus your foveal vision on them. Just expand your vision up and bigger. Allow yourself to go higher in the universe if you need to. Just looking down on your body, looking down on the energy that you are today and the energy that you brought here to this session. Close your eyes. Take a few more of those big, relaxing breaths. I was going to say in through your nose, but I decided to inhale through my mouth because I was yawning. But do it however it is for you. Just allow yourself to relax into the rhythm of your body. And set the intention with every breath that you're just going to keep relaxing more and more. Feel yourself sitting on your seat, relaxing even more. If you need to, roll your neck and shoulders. Again, wiggle and jiggle, whatever wants to wiggle and jiggle. Or be as still as a statue if that's what your body is asking you for. Pay attention to your forehead. Notice if there are any tight wrinkles or anything, and just breathe into that and let it relax. Relax into your eyebrows, maybe, your eyes. Let it flow down and relax your cheeks. Can you relax your nose and your chin? Just start at the top of your head. And like warm olive oil, allow these sensations to move through you as quickly or as slowly as they want to. Mine just poured all the way down into my tailbone, which surprised me. And I'd like you to allow, if your hands have dropped from your heart and your belly, just let them relax and land on your lap. Maybe your palms are facing up. Maybe your palms are facing down. Just allow yourself to imagine that part that you have been denying and hiding or that didn't want to come forward. Let it come forward. Give it permission to come forward and just speak to us or be curious about us. And be curious about it back. You may or may not see an image of yourself as a child or as a teen. You may just feel it like an energy, or it may come forward as something totally different. Is it a child that's all grimy, or is it a billy goat coming forward? Is it just an object? What does this part look like? This part that is keeping you in the energy vibration that you are now. I'm going to ask that it come out and sit in your right hand. So just allow your palm to sit up and let that energy come into your hand. Notice if it has a weight, if it has a color or a shape. Is it light? Is it airy? Just imagine that it's sitting there in your right hand. Just feel it. Feel that part of you. This part that's been hidden away for such a long time, or that you've been running away from. Give it permission to speak to you if it wants to. And in your left hand, I'd like you to imagine that part of you that you're trying to move towards, that part of you that you need to be in the future, that part of you that hasn't yet become you yet. Ask that to come backwards in time and sit in our hand. And what does that feel like? Notice the difference between that energy and the energy in the right hand. I just sit there relaxing with these two parts of you in your hands. So I'd like to talk to the right hand for a moment. The part that you've been wanting to grow away from, the part that you wanted to leave behind, the part that you, for whatever reasons, said you're not that anymore. And I'd like you to connect with it. Maybe you want to look at it with your eyes open or your eyes closed. Maybe you just want to feel it. Just notice. And notice if it resembles somebody that you know. Does it resemble a parent or a grandparent or a boss or a friend or a cartoon character? What is that image for you? Just notice how it is. And I want you to ask it, what is its purpose? What's its intention? Why is it here? What is your goal? Were you keeping me safe? Were you protecting me? Allow yourself to feel the answers. And what is the purpose of that? My mind is dying to ask why, but when we do that, we go into our head. So I'm going to ask them, what is the purpose of that? And the purpose of that? And the purpose of that? And your overall purpose? Thank you. Beautiful. And now I want to go over to the left hand, that part of you that's in the future, the part of you we have yet to become because we haven't grown into that yet. The part of you that you're trying to be, more health, happier relationship, sexier, younger, wiser, whatever that is. Whatever we're trying to move towards, look at it, connect with it, and ask its purpose. What is its intention? Why is that part of the mission? Just stay connected to whatever that answer is that came. It's simple. Just stay connected. And thank it for all of the thoughts that are popping into your head right now. Ooh, something just downloaded in me. And we'll ask the question again, what is your overall purpose? And you may notice your two hands have started to come together a little bit more than they were before. And as you're sitting there connecting to both parts, I just want both parts of you that are sitting in each hand to notice that they're likely wanting the same thing, to keep you safe, to keep you loved, keep you appreciated, to bring you closer to God, the universe, to be expansive, to be happy, to be light, to be strong. All those thoughts that popped into your head, notice that the two of them want the same thing, but they've been going about it in totally different ways. And you may find that your hands come completely together as you allow yourself to ask again, what is your purpose? What is your intention? And if your hands have come together, allow them to come together towards your heart. If they haven't come together, just keep asking. What is your intention? Allow yourself to be pleased and feel loved with the answer. Your body never does anything to hurt you, and your unconscious mind never does anything to hurt you either. Just stay relaxed, whether your hands come together or not. And just notice that there is no conflict, no fighting between the parts right now. One doesn't want to be dominant over the other. They've actually just sort of melted into each other. They both want you to have an amazing, satisfying life. So ask, what is my real purpose? Isn't your purpose to have an amazing, satisfied life? Isn't that your true purpose? To do what you want when you want, to experience it as you want it, just because it feels good? So what if your true purpose was just to come to the earth and allow things to feel good? What if we weren't supposed to make it heavy and dense and a struggle? Interesting. Ask for another part to come out in your left hand, another part to come out in your right hand. Ask them. All those traumas and dramas that have kept you safe, that have been trying to take care of you, but all they've been doing is sabotaging you, to all just come out in your hands. To sit there. And just ask them, what is your true purpose? Why are you here? Do they all have the same purpose? They just want you to live an amazing, satisfying life. Some by keeping you small and doing what you used to do, and some by expanding out and wanting to get bigger. I want you to ask all of the parts in your body right now, and there are more parts that are helping to create the conflict. I want you to imagine right now that you can transport yourself to an amazing football field. Just look at that big, giant football field. And I want you to imagine that you're there with these parts of you. Maybe they're all up in the grandstand watching you, or maybe they're on the field there with you. And you're surrounded by cheering fans because there's parts of you that keep cheering you on and saying, go for it, you got this. I want you to just sit down in the grass, maybe legs crossed, meditating, humming, vibrating, so that all the parts of you start vibrating in harmony with you. And notice that there are so many thousands of different versions of you coming in from all dimensions, all realities. And I want you to notice that all of you have the same purpose: to experience life, to enjoy experiencing life, to to enjoy tasting and feeling and smelling and hearing different aspects of living on this planet. Allow yourself to bring all of these versions of you in towards your thymus and heart, and allow yourself to absorb them all. Because now you're all aligned with the same purpose, the same reason for existing. Not necessarily here to experience pain, but the body will put you in pain when it wants you to pay attention to something. Pain means pay attention inwards now. And the universe will give us some mighty big acupuncture sessions by knocking us off our feet or throwing us into a car accident or having us roll down a hill or bumping our head. So allow yourself to tune into your body. And allow yourself to realize that all of these other possibilities of you and all these other dimensions are experiencing different parts of personality. And the word personality means personal realities. None are right, none are wrong. They're just interesting. And we leave one personality behind to step forward into another. The personality that you created when you were 1 and in diapers changed the 3-year-old who became very inquisitive and was walking all over the place, which changed into the 7-year-old who could now run and play soccer or football or ballet or go to school, which changed when you went to high school and became a teenager, which changed in your 20s and evolved into that person in your 30s. And if you're like me, 67, I am not anyone like that 30-year-old. And none of them were wrong, none of them were bad. They were just interesting stages of my soul's development. What is the overall purpose of all the parts involved in all your personalities? Breathe that in. Mind, I'm not asking you for an answer. Body, I am asking you to feel it. What is it you truly desire? Just connect to that. And what is the true overall desire that every part of you wants? How would it feel if it was true for you right now? What would it be like if what you desire was true for you in this moment? So imagine and play with that. Wouldn't it be nice if it was true right now? Feel it in your body. Just let yourself pull on those tendrils of what it feels like to be that way right now. Let go of any contractions that were arguing or feeling resistant. They're not needed right now. Thank you for sharing. But they can start playing with the rest of the energy field as well. And if you can feel that, allow your hands to be held together as a sign that all parts of you are coming together towards your goal. And again, what is your overall goal again? Because it changes, doesn't it? Once we have what we want, our soul creates something new for us to aspire to. It gives us new inspirations for us to evolve into. It gives us new things that we want to learn and experience. Allow yourself to keep with that flow of energy. And I want you to take this feeling with your hands clasped together, and I want you to allow yourself to float out into your future. Take in this feeling with you out into the future, what it's like to be one whole, complete person. this one version of you, warm and fun and full of love. Just keep floating out into your future. Fill your future with this feeling. Take it 10 years into the future. What does that feel like? Take it 20 years into the future. What does it feel like? And if your head interferes and says, I don't know if I'll be around then, thank you for sharing. What an interesting point of view. And go out 30 years into the future. Into this feeling. Just imagine that you can do it. It's okay. And out there, I want you to take this feeling and have it fire up inside of you and just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and breathe into it and expand it out even more. That's right. Allow that feeling to just burst out of you like a big white light filling up your whole body and all your auric fields. Imagine that this feeling is this white light filling up your whole body and raining out on everybody else, not just on this call, but everybody else on the planet, so they can start feeling what it is that they want, the joy they want to feel, the health they want to embody, the vitality, the energy. Allow us all to just feel that love and let it rain up like a big giant fountain, floating over the whole earth, filling up the earth. Now allow yourself to notice where it is in your body, filling up your chest, your back, your fingertips, your toes, even to the ends of the edges of your hair. Allow yourself to be this big, bright, white light throughout your whole body. And allow it to feel really, really good. Really, really good. And now bring that feeling back in and float all the way back to now. All the way back to now. Come back into your body. Take a big, deep breath and let your body just sigh this in. You can open your eyes and come back to me. And body, I ask you to recode all those parts of you. Just map out, trace, track, and identify any of the blown fuses, anywhere that there's still some booby traps or implants. Allow us to balance all these other identities and connect to our heart desires. Let all of the conflict that we were holding on to in our body just melt away. Just let it melt away. And ask your superconscious mind to repair anything that requires repairing. To treat everything that needs treatment. To give us more clarity. To allow us to embody a new purpose if we'd given up on our purpose. Allow us to feel energized and healthy. Allow us to step into how we were designed before the heaviness of 3D distorted us. And I want you to imagine that those distortions are like sweaters that you put on. Just take off the different layers of sweaters, the sweaters that you outgrew, the sweaters that were too small, the sweaters that have holes in them. Just take off any cardigans or anything that is still keeping you tight. Or it might feel like socks or pants or something that you just want to peel off your body. Imagine that they're strippers' clothes with Velcro. Just peel them off, let them go. Allow yourself to just embody yourself and expand your energy out into all of the molecules and all of the cells and all of the atoms that are in your body. You are a sovereign being. Allow yourself to embody this entire body. And I want you to thank it for being your best friend, for being so patient and always trying to talk to you and to get your attention. And just do a quick scan of your body. We're going to ask the body to trace, track, and identify anywhere that there's still some fear, that you will always feel this way, that the pain will never go away. And I'm getting that nobody on the call right now is feeling that, but just in case there's a little sliver somewhere in there, I'm going to ask the body to dissolve that sliver and just let that go and fill it up with more love, more joy, more ease, anything hidden, specific, unseen, unspoken, unsaid, untrue, anything covert, anything secret or invisible. Including any of the distractions that our society keeps inundating us with. All the distractor implants or the lies that are masquerading as truths. And any Mobius strips holding them in place, any quantum particulates that are controlling us, that are making us feel the anger, the rage. There's another word here. The fury, the hate, the blame, the shame, the regret, the guilt, jealousy, our opinions about love or of sex, of life or death or what reality is. Any of these addictions that we have to fear. Anywhere you say, oh, I hope. Hope is just a pretense. Hope is you saying you don't know how powerful you really are and you're denying that. Hope is a type of resistance that isn't allowing you to expand out. Don't hope, just do. Just give your permission to be it, to do it, to experience it. Anywhere that you've removed choice in your life and it's made you non-functional, or you're functioning from one of those distractor implants and you're stuck in that vibration and you can't get clarity or truth about what's going on for you. Everything that's locking you into that, can we uncreate and destory it now? Including, what does it mean to run a business? What does it mean to be retired? What does it mean to be a grandmother, a mother, a wife, a sister, a girlfriend? All of the labels that we put on ourselves. Just allow yourself, sorry, my neck is full of them all of a sudden. Just allow yourself to shake out all these labels and let them go. Because they can't be solved. They can't be fixed. They are distractions. So how many distractor implants do you have that are still trying to control you? Everything that is times a godzillion, because only God knows how big this is. Can we uncreate and destroy it now? Right, wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, pod, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And that statement is there to bust through any of the polarity you're still holding on to. And what actualization of other people's fantasies, insanities, assigns, and assignations of all of these distractor implants, all of these lower emotional frequencies, all of these perverted points of view, or anything about peace or life or living, everything that you're using to totally and absolutely and irrevocably lock yourself up and limit your life, or limit your living, or limit your health, and limit your consciousness and capacity to regenerate continuously. Can you now bust through that and let it all go? Everything times a godzillion, will you uncreate and destroy it now? Right, wrong, good and bad, all nine, pop, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. I didn't mean to go into that today. That's so interesting that that was here. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Super conscious mind, thank you for helping us repair this today. Thank you for allowing us to clean our auric fields and all of our light bodies. And thank you so much for allowing us to now envision where our future lies in spite of everything that's going on in the media and in the rest of the world. If we hold space for us, and if we expand our energy out, the rest of the world can come and meet us. We're beyond the unicorn stage. Yeah, we still sparkle, but dragons sparkle too. We have power, we have empowerment, and as women, we have so much intuition, so much insight, and that's waking up for everybody, whether they want it to or not. So everywhere that you're feeling pain, those little contractions, those little nuggets, whether it's sciatica or whether it's something else or an injury you just had, breathe into that and ask if it was distraction or is it an opportunity? And if it's a distraction, ask your body, could we let that go? And your body may sway forward, or it might sway back, or you just feel big, or you might feel small. You don't have to consciously have an answer. Just notice. You're in dialogue with your body, with your unconscious mind. And now ask, would I let that go? And breathe. And would I let it go now? And anywhere that is an opportunity, but your unconscious mind is going, I can't accept that opportunity because I don't know who I will be. If I accept that, I don't know who I will grow into. Who will I be without my problems? Everything that comes up there where you're still trying to control the energy, allow yourself inch by inch, step by step, maybe foot by foot, to test the waters and let go of wanting to control and allow yourself to taste choice. Hey, body, let me tune in. And what would it feel like to be completely pain-free? What would it feel like to be flexible and fluid? What would it feel like to feel at home in my own body? What would it feel like to feel at home on this planet? Too big? Okay. In the city. Pull back and just let it get a little more comfortable, a little more comfortable, a little more comfortable. What would it feel like if I allowed myself in this moment to feel completely at home in my body? All right, I'm going to ask you ladies to unmute yourselves. Tell me how you're feeling, if you can articulate it, or let me know privately later.
I'm feeling good.
Nice.
I was holding a lot of tension in my neck and stuff, and I was a little bit worried it wasn't going to go away, and it's gone.
Beautiful. Okay. All right. Anybody stuck in pain or something right now?
I still am, but it's releasing. So like right now I have gas, to be honest. So that's releasing stuff right there.
Me too. My stomach's bubbling up like anything.
Yeah.
So old ideas moving through. So let's hand on heart, hand on belly. Just ask your body if you can let it go gently. And could you let go of wanting to see that you're processing? Could you let go of asking for proof that there has been a shift? Body, could we just let it be easy? Can we let it be fun? And conscious mind, self-conscious mind, thank you for sharing. But could you just enjoy the process without the drama? Let it be fun, let it be easy, let it be kind, let it be loving. Or go ahead, let it be gaseous, let it be dramatic, let it be crazy. There's no wrong decision. Just let you be what you want to be. All right. Kim, how are you doing? What's happening there?
I actually, that last part of it with the visualization with the hands and such, I was laughing uncontrollably. I don't know what the heck was going on, but like, I even saw a pink elephant sitting on my hand.
It happens. It happens. When I first started doing that procedure, I would see Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd or my father or my mother. And it was like, oh my God. But it's like, yeah, we take on these, like I said, archetypes or personalities, and they sort of take on these identities. But the giggling and the laughing is a beautiful process. We're so used to crying as being the process of cleansing. Laughter works so much faster, just like that. That's good. Congratulations. Awesome. Kathy Young, what's happening with you these days?
Me?
On mute. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Couldn't get unmuted there.
That's okay.
With me, I didn't see anything, but I seen colors. On my right side, I seen greenish yellow, and on my left, salmon kind of pink color, and then it kind of came together in the end as purple.
Beautiful.
So I don't know what that means. I'm gonna look that up lately later.
So you're
Look at
back
the
in your
colors.
head. Thank your head for wanting to know what it means. It just, you saw colors, you saw the vibration, and when they came together, they were a different color. It's perfect. There's no meaning behind it. My mother used to do that. When my mom learned Reiki 25 years ago, she always saw colors, and she was always doing distance Reiki because it felt more intense to her if she's doing someone in Austria or Portugal or whatever instead of herself. And she'd say, oh, I see colors all over here and all over there. I said, I don't know what it means. I don't see colors. I feel of energy, or I feel if it's prickly or something, I feel it differently. So yeah, no meaning needed. Just allow yourself to have the process. Mary Gilroy, how are you doing?
Doing all right, I guess. It's interesting because I realize how much I stay in my head and not in my body. So a few times where you're like, this energy can just happen like that. I'm like, what? No, I gotta it's gotta go through the brain waves and stuff like that. So like lately I've just been like super itchy and headache, back pain and sciatic and all sorts of fun stuff.
As an osteopath, though, you are working in other people's energy fields. Are you cleansing yourself after you work on your clients?
Never even think of it.
Oh.
Oh,
I think
I have the
in my
perfect housewarming gift for you. Okay. I was given by a client years ago, one of those big bowls, you know, the old fashioned antique bowls with the pitcher. Okay. I'm going to bring it into your office and sit it on the corner. And you can do that after you work on every person. I'm wondering who to give that to. It's real, even if you just stand there, do your cortices in between your clients. All right. Allow yourself that to be your energy cleansing. Because yeah, have you asked yourself lately if the itching is yours? If the headache is yours?
Of course not. I've just it's been so, I've realized, and I think school's kind of exasperated it, but yeah, that it's so much in my head. And it feels like I'm addicted now to being in my head because I've never wanted to be in my body.
That's interesting. Yet you love working with horses. And when you work with horses, you are totally there with the horse in their body.
Yes.
Okay. So just imagine yourself as a horse. You've got the hair for it. You got the in German, it's a Schwanz, the big tail, and your hair is that thick. Show everybody your hair. My God, this woman, she should be arrested for having such fantastic hair. I'm not jealous, not at all. Wait, what is that distractor implant called? All right, so I'm going to, when I send you the recording here, I want you to do the first 3 exercises. Start making time for the cortices and the vagus nerve exercises and things like that so you can get back into your body. Because I know you're all intuition and you work so miraculously with your clients, but we need you to be working and taking care of yourself while you work on them. Okay. And are you drinking enough water?
Working on it.
Because a lot of time itching is the dehydration and stuff like that too. I'll nag you later. All right. Who else have we got here? Is anybody else or is everybody gone? Who have I missed? Is Kathy Garland still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hi, gorgeous. How are you?
Well, I'm kind of having a really bad episode at the moment, so my head is not too good.
Oh, the tinnitus is really, really bad right now. Okay.
Yeah.
But you stayed for the whole session, so thank you for that.
Yes, it was like the first one where the noise just kept amplifying, and same thing this time.
And you've got your headphones and everything on right now?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Mary, what do osteopaths do for tinnitus?
it's tricky because there's so many things that can, yeah, it's just like, it could be the actual, structural, fluid dynamics, pressure, tension in the actual brain, how the
Okay, so get out of your head and hand on heart, hand on belly, tune in to Kathy for a minute. And now answer that question again. Not putting you on the spot or anything.
not at all.
So I want everybody to just send Kathy Garland, even though you don't know her personally, and everybody else on this call, just send more love. Just get bigger and send more love. The head's going to say, I don't know how to do that, but we do. We absolutely do. When we have kids, we know when our kids are hurt or when they need more attention. When we have pets, we know if our pets want attention or to be let out. Allow yourself to just tune in and everybody send everybody, each other, lots of love. And I want to thank you for coming on the call, and we'll see you next week. Any questions, you can PM me later. Any sensations, something you don't like, PM me later. Like, let me answer it individually that way. Love you guys, girls, women.
Thank you. Love you too.
Thank you. Okay.
Bye.
Take care,
everyone.
Kathy.
Right.
I gotta feed my dog.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.